Well, I actually read something about this, about like big trauma with a big T and trauma with a little T.
Yes, very
and like,
interesting.
Obviously, everybody's whatever that trauma is feels significant to you. But like, just be aware that you could be in a space with somebody who was like violently abused compared to you being belittled at one point. And then, you know, some people could be, you know, like verbally.
You thought about becoming a counsellor? You're patient. Yeah, but you know, someone was raped. I spoke to a rape victim this morning. What have you done? Get over it.
I know something's about to go down.
Talking of shits, by the way, just quickly, the toilets at work don't work. Like, you'll have a poo and it doesn't go, you can't flush it down. It annoys me so much because I have to flush it and then wait.
Yeah.
And it just bounces the thing around, doesn't and then I have to wait. And, you know, and each toilet in different cubicle has a different technique. So one of them, it's like, you know, that you do the boom, 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 boom with the handle.
Rev it, the rev
and the other
technique.
one,
The rev.
and the other one, you have to hold the thing in.
Yeah. I like the toilets with the chain. You know that it's always going down.
It is definitely going down. It's got power, that chain.
No survivors on the chain.
You could ride that poo all the way to the sea.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
I got a quick story about my commute.
Okay.
So I was on the tram home tonight. You've heard me before praise the Metrolink for being a fantastic company. The pride of Manchester, as I would call them.
That's ironic because you hate the Metrolink.
I hate the Metrolink more than anything. Usually once a week I'll say, I don't know why I pay so much for a service that can't be run properly.
I know why you use the Metrolink. It's so that you have something to use your Twitter account for.
It's the only thing I've got.
Yeah.
That and like Ticketmaster, usually. They get the brunt of my tweets. Anyway.
You should create a Twitter handle called The Grudgeman.
Fucking hell, yeah, I actually should.
And then it's just all like, yeah.
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 Because it is all I use Twitter for.
That happens to a lot of people, you know, though. There was a girl that I know who posted and was like, oh, my annual check of my Twitter feed. Because she and it's every time she logs on, she's like, oh, that was me when I was upset with, you know, DVP or...
It's literally... But what's funny about it is that you go, when you do it and you kind of check yourself and realize what you're doing, you go, oh, this is just what people use Twitter for all the time now.
Right.
This is what Twitter is. It's people who are angry people looking to just throw their shit out into a void of anger. No one's reading it. No one else is reading it going, I understand their anger and I want to listen to them because they're too busy posting their own anger.
Yeah.
It's just a fucking shithole of anger, Twitter.
The other coin of that, though...
I need to tweet Twitter about being shit.
Yeah, I know. You need another social media page to tweet about. Yeah. Twitter. But the other side of that coin is that there's a guy called Alan Lowerwitz or something. I can't remember his full name, but he was on the Duncan Trussell's Family Hour last week, and he was he's like a professor of religion and ethics or something at university in the US, and he has written a guide to Twitter and how to use it in the best way.
Oh, interesting.
And it's a really good thread. And Duncan was basically like, I admire the way you tackle Twitter so much. It's brilliant. And this guy's like, Twitter's amazing and it has all this brilliant stuff, but we just don't use it in the right way.
Yeah, it's the people that are the problem.
And here's how you have really interesting conversations and really interesting feedback. And he says, here's my rules. And they're really good.
Interesting. I'll check it out. We'll put a link in the episode description.
Yeah.
Maybe we can encourage some good Twitter users.
I don't really use it, so.
No, me either. Anyway, I'm on the tram. It's busy. It's busy. Too busy.
Too busy.
Too
to have
busy
a
for
little...
what I'm paying for.
Yeah.
Let me put it that way. Right?
How many people would you prefer? Like, what's the right amount?
The right amount of people on the tram?
Yeah.
Me and 4 others.
Yeah.
That's the ideal number, a carriage each.
If you could be stuck on a tram with 4 other people, who would you have?
How long am I stuck for?
An hour.
An hour? Not you. Spend too many hours with you anyway. An hour? I don't know. I'd have like 3 of my favourite comedians. An hour on a tram, stuck with them. Be pretty funny.
That'd be quite fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Who about you?
I don't know. Maybe someone I could like give a load of shit to.
Oh, just vent your anger.
Yeah.
The tram driver's one of them. So he's getting the anger through the window. Through that little metal glass window they've got.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sorry.
It's all right. We'll get there. It's not even a good story, so we might even cut this whole thing out. But
fine. It gets us in the mood. It's all good.
So I'm on the tram, and there's a seat spare when I get on, and I'm first to get on because I barge my way to the front.
You kick the old lady to the curb.
Fuck the kids. Fuck the old lady. Get me on.
You what?
I fucked the old lady and I fucked the kids. Right. So there's one seat spare. Meathead in the seat next to it. Big meathead.
Okay.
Legs. One's in Norley, one's in Chorley. Just as wide as they come.
Okay.
Right. And I thought, well, I'm sitting there.
Because they're wide because he's a...
Well, he's just sitting like a bloke.
Oh, he's not got gains and they're separated
No.
by width.
He's not so hench that his legs can't touch are wide as fuck. No. He's just he's an hard man, so he's like sat like a hard man with his legs spread. Just so I like my hard men.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's got trackies on, t-shirt, tight, legs wide. And I
Okay.
thought, well, I'm sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there,
Oh,
mate.
God, you went for it. How old?
37.
Oh,
35,
okay.
36.
Okay. So older than you.
Older than me.
Okay.
And I think, well, I was sitting there. So what's happening? So I sat down, didn't move his legs. I thought I won't move my legs straight away to assert dominance. I'll let him be polite. And yeah, this is me wishfully thinking. I'll let him be polite and move. Anyway, I sit and his legs don't move and they're right on my side. And I go, well, I don't mind touching a guy's legs.
Of course not. Famously.
Because,
I'm constantly telling you that when we're out in public.
Yeah.
You can't, I know you don't mind it, Alf, but they do.
Yeah.
So stop touching men's legs.
Yeah. Anyway, I thought, right, well, I'm just going to put my leg against it. I'm going to sit normally. So I sat normally and my leg was against his leg.
Oh, you were touching? Which part of your legs were touching?
Thighs and upper knees.
That's a lot of leg.
Yeah, it's too much leg. It's too much leg.
Was he on his phone?
Yeah, he was on his phone.
Okay.
He was on his phone and he was so I touched his leg with my leg.
Yeah.
And he doesn't say anything, but he's like a little grunt.
The meathead grunt.
The meathead grunt. And I can see in his dumb monkey brain that he's like, if I move my leg, he's out Alfa'd me. Like I could see it. I could see him. I was reading my book, but I wasn't reading it. Like I could see out the corner of my eye.
And he can read.
Yeah. I could not get out Alpha by this fucking nerd, is what he was thinking. This nerd that sits next to me on the tram with a book, I cannot let him assert his dominance over this seat, right? So I could see him like, but I also don't want his leg touching me, sort of thing.
God, he's so conflicted.
Oh, God, you know, he was fighting against his homosexual instincts, just like trying to suppress them as hard as he could.
Sure.
Anyway, so it ended up with me then thinking,
sitting
well,
on
I
it.
can't, sucking his dick. Well, I can't move my leg now because I've played my card. I'm fighting for the beta men out there that, don't want to assert dominance, but want some room on their seats.
What a dangerous,
God damn it.
dangerous dance you were both playing.
Oh, let me tell you.
tension.
Let me tell you. The women on that tram, Trobbing.
Trobbing.
Yeah, they could not get enough of it. They were sucked in.
Yeah.
There was
Him getting sucked off.
Yeah, there was word travelling across the tram that some serious shit was going down.
And it's been humid outside, but my word, was it hot in that carriage?
My word, there were children crying, not knowing what was going to happen. People thought they were going to die. Anyway, it ended up with me the whole journey touching this man's leg, and us both just not backing down.
Wow,
which is probably the safest outcome for everyone. So go on.
No, you're going to probably tell more of the story.
Well, but what did happen was that because he was getting progressively annoyed that my leg was touching him.
How could you tell?
Because he started twitching.
Okay.
Started twitching and like grunting.
Okay.
But not like, but he'd be like, you know, like just little twitches and stuff. And I saw his hands clenching and stuff. And then he pulled out a move, which I also thought, right, this is me jumping into his brain and probably giving him too much credit for how smart he was. But I think in his brain, he was thinking, I can't back down, right?
Men.
But also, he was going,
Men. M-E-N, man.
You're as smart as him. That's what he kept saying as well.
Screaming men.
I think what he was thinking is in his head, he was like, I can't back down, right? But I also can't legitimately have a go at this guy because I am in his space, to be fair. Like, he couldn't go, do you mind moving your leg, mate? Because he was way over on my side, right?
He knew he was being, he wasn't in the right.
He was being provocative and I wasn't rising to it.
And he was being unreasonable.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
So what he then did was he got his vape pen, full tram as well, got his vape pen, started puffing away on it. Started puffing away. And so I'm thinking, well, he thinks I'm going to say something. He thinks I'm going to go, mate, you can't vape on this tram. What are you doing? And that's when he has the in. He's like, right, he started it. So I'm going for it.
I can't believe this. This is so passive aggressive, this whole back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, I don't really care about vape pens. I think if you want to do it, do it.
Right. So you weren't bothered. Or was it because you'd made up this story that like you told yourself, oh, he thinks he's got his way in now and that I'm going to say something, but I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to keep reading my novel and keep my leg on his leg. And then let's see what he does. Let's see what the next card he pulls.
How do you know what the inside of my head's voice sounds like?
So we're married, and you talk out loud all the time.
Yeah. No, that isn't.
Be
what
honest.
Happened. No. Well, maybe he wasn't thinking that, but also I do think like who vapes on a full tram, not expecting some pushback, right? Because if you know the laws of society about how everyone sort of plays the game, it's not acceptable, right? And if you do it on an empty tram, that's one thing. If you do it on a full tram, you're doing it because you know it's going to piss someone off.
Yeah.
You have to know that, right? Unless you are really dumb. So like, I'm thinking he's pissed off about something and he's looking for someone to give him shit about this thing.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, would you have pulled him up on it if the whole leg thing wasn't a thing? Oh, you're not bothered about vaping?
I'm not bothered about it.
So you wouldn't be bothered
if there was like a
anyway?
kid there, I'd be like, mate, what are you doing? But
right.
I'm not.
If he was smoking.
Oh, if he was smoking, that'd be different.
Right.
That'd be different, yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, he started doing it as my stop coming up. So I was like, well, I'm not bothered.
So you lost.
Yeah. Well, not really.
You lost the game.
Why do you love this alpha man so much?
No, well, I don't love it.
Why are you sticking up for the bad guy?
I'm being devil's advocate.
I'm a hero. Do you know that? I'm a hero.
A commuter's
I
hero.
was a courageous hero for putting my leg on that man's leg.
It's just like, what world would you have gone? What do you think would have happened if you'd gone, hey, mate, do you mind if you budge over a little bit? Is that okay?
That wouldn't happen.
Why?
Because I'm a wimp.
So you instead go for, we're just going to ignore it.
Yeah.
and we're both going to have this mental battle.
Yeah.
Did you do anything in retaliation?
No, I just kept my leg there.
Kept it nice and firm, though,
Kept
didn't
it
you?
nice and firm.
It wasn't budging an inch.
It wasn't budging, no.
How much of your book did you read? Or were you just reading?
Oh, none. I literally read none.
The same line over and over again. Just ruminating.
All the words on the page just turned into leg.
Yeah. Must beat this man at leg game. Must beat this man.
That's all it was. Anyway, that was my...
Well, I have to say, I find you very attractive right now.
Thank you very much. You weren't the only woman on that tram to say that.
Isn't it funny the kind of stories we build up in our heads, though, in those scenarios? You know? Mm-hmm. And I agree that he was probably thinking all those things. But isn't it mad that you were both having this internal dialogue, but no one was doing anything about it?
Yeah, but that's, like you say, that's men. We don't communicate very well.
Yeah, you really don't.
Not with each other as well. Not if there's pride on the line.
It's crazy, isn't it? That feeling of justice is really interesting.
Yeah.
You know, of like, I deserve more.
Yeah.
He had it when he was like, I deserve to have more of this seat. And you had it when you were like, I deserve to have him have his seat and me have mine.
Well, I just struck him for more of like a Cobra Tate type guy. Like, this is my world and I make it what I want it to be, sort of thing. He had that vibe about him.
Right. I'm taking what I believe is mine.
Like, if I want to sit on a tram with my legs wide, I'm going to fucking do it. And if anyone tries to stop me, I'll fucking have them. And I'm going to vape. I'm going to fart. I'm going to fucking work out.
Yeah.
And think about having sex with my mum. That's where all my issues are.
Wow, you really don't like this guy.
No.
You know, but it would be nice, you know, in a world if you could, you know, meet somewhere and go for a pint and
just chat it out.
Yeah, you probably have more in common than you do, you know.
Yeah.
You both have similar ways of approaching a situation.
Well, no, because I wasn't that aggressive, really. I was standing up for the little man.
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I ain't a buff guy.
No. There you are.
Stop it.
Oh.
Anyway.
Great.
I've got an update for you. Last week, 2 weeks ago, we talked about my brother Arthur and his ghost hunting. And last week, I didn't have an update, but I had a teaser.
I know. I was really sad about that.
For listeners that aren't familiar, listen back to Ghost Tourette's episode. You'll hear the full story of Archie and his experience in his bedroom with a ghost. But last week, the teaser I left was that I spoke to Archie on the phone, and he listened to the pod, he listened to the episode, and he said, "Oh, mate, you left out the scariest bit."
Right. Yes, I remember this.
And I said, "What's the scariest bit?" And he goes, "I'll have to tell you over the phone. I'll tell you later."
Okay.
I call him and I go, "Go on then." And he goes, "What?" I go, "The story. I've been waiting." And he's like, "Oh, what are you on about?" I said, "The story about Bonnie." And he was like, "Oh, God, I don't even remember what happened." And I go, "You don't remember what happened? It was a scary ghost story. How did you forget?" And he goes, "Mate, scary ghost stories are happening here all the time. I can't keep up."
I'm in one now. Yeah. I'm looking at one right now. He's telling me to get off the phone.
My whole life's a fucking ghost story. Oh, God. And I go, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Mate, I can't keep up. There's too many ghost stories happening here." I was like, "What are you talking about?"
Why isn't he calling us daily to give us updates?
I said that to him.
Or like getting out of his house. It sounds terribly haunted.
Oh, God, it sounds like the Metrolink is in his house of ghosts. It's just a busy commuter of Ghostland. Like, it's that massive TV, like we said. It's this fucking Heathrow, Terminal 1.
Yeah.
Peak summer holiday of ghosts coming here and there.
Ghost Heathrow.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Anyway, he remembers the story that I wanted, that I was gagging for.
Yeah.
Anyway, he says, so we took the kids to this place called, he said Warren Hill.
War and Hill,
but it was actually Warren Hill. I couldn't understand him and he couldn't understand me. So Warren a big part of the phone call was going, "Warren what?"
Right, okay.
Warren, Warham. Anyway, he says we took the kids.
With the idea of going ghost hunting?
Yeah, so it's a haunted place, this Warren Hill.
Right.
Warren Hill, near Driffield. It's notoriously haunted, apparently, according to Archie.
Why?
I don't know. It's just
these are the questions I need answering.
Anyway, I've got some good ones though. Don't worry.
Okay,
I've
thank
got
God.
some good ones.
Okay.
So anyway, they go to Warren Hill with the kids.
Yeah.
And the idea is that they're going to have a walk around in the dark a little bit, and just see what happens.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just magically wait for something to freak them out.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So the kids have these apps on their phone.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of apps?
Apps.
Yeah.
Say it again. Apps. No, it's news to me.
Yeah. Short for appetizers.
Oh, well, lovely.
Yeah.
I'm all in.
Absolutely. I'll have all of them.
Yeah.
So they have this app on their phone, which is it's like a ghost connector, I think.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's called Ghost Connector, the app.
Connect Ghost.
Yeah, it's like Tinder, but for ghosts.
Right,
swipe right. No, I don't want that, dude.
great.
Headless man, no, swipe right. Ooh, haunted old lady.
Always been a little girl with a little red hat.
Yeah,
And a
swipe
little...
left. Is left the good?
I don't know.
I've never played Tinder. But if I did, I'd win.
You'd win so much. So many coins.
So they have this app, right, where it's like a white noise app. And what it does is not randomly. The ghosts communicate through the app and they chuck out words appear on this app.
Maybe that's what TikTok is. It's just, that's all ghosts because they're all shit.
What?
Boo. Sorry.
So they chuck out words
Okay.
that the ghosts are communicating.
Whoever's made this app is a genius.
Oh, yeah.
Because they can just, so they're holding their phone and then it's white noise and then and then words just suddenly appear and those are the ghosts working through the app.
Yeah, the ghosts are working through the app.
This is just some guy at home who's just like, this is brilliant. All right. Banana.
No, they don't.
And then all the girls like, oh my God, banana.
They're my nieces. You're taking the piss out of.
Sorry.
No, they don't say it on the app. It just appears on the app.
Okay.
So
Right.
wind your neck in.
Sorry. Oh, right. Much better. Yeah.
The ghosts aren't going, boo, banana.
They're writing boo banana.
Exactly, yeah. Because everyone knows that ghosts like to connect through 5G. That's why people were knocking the masts down.
Yeah.
Because the ghosts were getting through.
Yeah, you got to keep them out.
What do you think G stands for?
Five ghosts.
5 ghosts. Exactly. The haunted burger joint. 5 Guys.
Oh, right.
Thank you.
So.
Okay, right. So they have this app.
Yeah.
Chucking words out. Now, one of the words was the second name of one of the kids.
Names.
Yeah. So that was quite
a middle name.
A middle name. So that was quite.
Right. Just how many children was he out with? Like how many were in the group?
I think there was like 4 or 5.
Okay, so there's a lot of names there, really. It could be.
A lot of names. Yeah.
Yeah.
You sound skeptical.
And the app maybe knows geographically where they are, what names are popular, how old. Maybe it can probably figure out
I think
who's using it and how old they are. So maybe determine what names are going to be popular.
I think you're giving
the
app too much credit, to be honest.
Well, maybe I should come up with an app.
Anyway, the app's kind of here, not there. I just like the idea.
I'm saying it right, aren't I?
Yeah, app. Yeah,
right,
on a mobile.
Right.
On a smartphone. And anyway, so the app chucked out some random nonsense. Didn't really hit, right? And they weren't getting much activity on the walk.
Okay.
So they decided to go back to the car. Right.
The end.
And it was terrifying. But on the walk back, you've got Natasha, my sister-in-law, 3 of the girls, and then you got Archie at the end, backing up the group.
Oh, well done.
Holding Bonnie, who is the smallest child. Okay, so Bonnie's only 3.
She's coming up 3.
Yeah. So at the time, she'd be 2. She would have been 2. So she's a young kid. Right? And if I know something, young kids don't lie.
No, not that age.
Not at that age. They're too young to understand what it is.
Yeah.
So they're walking, right? And Bonnie is cowering into my brother's chest, going.
Okay, she's like, why are we out at 8 o'clock in the evening? It's past my bedtime. I'm freezing.
It's midnight. Why am I in bed with Peppa Pig in a bottle? So she's cowering into his chest.
Oh.
And Archie's like, oh, you all right? Is everything okay? And she goes, no. And Archie goes, what's wrong? She goes, I don't want that boy to get me.
Shut up.
Serious? And Archie goes,
That's your sister, don't be rude.
yeah. Sure, she's put on a bit of weight, but leave her alone. Right.
No.
So she said, I want that boy to get me. And Archie goes, what boy?
I'm marrying her in a year. If you don't be happy.
He goes, what boy? And she takes her head out his shoulder, looks past his head.
Oh my God.
And points over his shoulder. Goes, fat boy. And Archie was so scared that he didn't turn round. He just carried on walking. He was like, I'm not having this. I'm not turning around seeing a boy. No chance.
He didn't even look.
Didn't even look.
And just pegged it. Ran past the rest of the group.
Fuck that. He chucked Bonnie on the floor and went, right.
Oh, go see him. Go see him. Then. You stop it. You tell him to stop there and I'll see you back in the car, Bon.
So that was a scary story.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is quite crazy.
Pretty creepy.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy.
But then he
was asking for it.
Oh,
he wanted to go and see a ghost.
I know.
Look the ghost in the eye then, Arch. Come on.
Exactly. If you want to see, it's like you're going out on an expedition to find a snow leopard. And you're like out in the mountains for weeks and weeks, just, fucking putting all the hard work in, getting the apps on your phone, all that shit.
Yeah.
And then one's about to appear and you go, no, I'm not bothered. I'll call it a day, I go back to the car.
I can't possibly look at it. It's too much.
Too much.
Yeah.
So anyway, he didn't look. He wimped out. But I did say to him on the fair, I'd do the same.
You would?
Yeah, I'd be terrified of that. If my daughter said there's a boy behind you and I don't want him to get me, I'd be like, nope.
Nope, not today.
Not for me. Thank you.
I'm in work tomorrow.
Yeah. But I'd just be picking her up from school. I'm not bothered. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see your friend.
I wonder what he looked like. That's what I'd be asking her. Who was it?
Yeah.
She said, what did she say exactly?
She said, I don't want that boy to get me.
Oh, what was he
doing?
doing?
Yeah, that
then?
nasty boy is what she said, actually.
Nasty boy.
That nasty boy. Yeah. Yeah. It was the ghost of Notorious B.I.G.
I wonder she had has she had it in Big Nasty?
Yeah.
Has she had has she talked about it since?
No, I don't think so. No.
Interesting.
Anyway, I kind of got him going then.
Don't they live near the sea? I'm just thinking, isn't it? Isn't like that near the coast? Couldn't it have been a B-U-O-I?
No, they live.
She's got quite the vocabulary, is all I'm saying. She might have been.
Nasty boy.
Yeah, just an angry one rolling down the hill.
You are something else.
Sorry, go
Hey,
on. Crack on.
But I always encourage you.
I know you do.
Keep them coming.
I appreciate that.
Mine are 9 out of 10 fucking stinkers. So. I made a bloody Notorious B.I.G.
Bad too.
Yeah, absolutely. There we go. She's got it back. She's pulled it back. Anyway, so I got him going then.
Right.
Got him going on the ghost roll.
Okay.
Because of all this, because you remember, Bridge, he can't keep up.
No, I can't wait.
He can't remember what's going on. Everything's always ghostly things going on.
Okay.
So the next one, he says, oh, well, you've heard of 7 Alleys then, haven't you? And I go,
what,
no.
that the sister pub to Seven Brothers?
Yeah, what did I say? I said a joke about it as well.
Oh, good for you. Can you remember it?
No, I can't.
Right, well, don't say anything.
Yes, all right, well, thank you.
You've spoken now, thank you. I said something about that too. Good.
I know words as well. I'm sorry. I'm just so giddy with all the ghostly goings on.
I know. I'm so excited. Okay, 7 alleys.
7 alleys.
Okay.
Because I get like this when I speak to my brother, because he, other than you, he's one of the only people I can guarantee will make me laugh a lot.
What? God, me and your brother? God, you need to get out more.
Yeah. No, I got other people that make me laugh, but like it's a different way, innit?
Yeah.
That your brother and you make me belly tickle. You make my fuzzy wuzzy belly go all up and downy.
Remember that line for your children's book that you're going to write.
Yeah, the Grudgeman and the fuzzy wuzzy belly up and downy.
Yeah.
So he goes, well, you've heard of 7 alleys then in Hull. And I go, no, I haven't actually. And he goes, right, well, it's...
where all those prostitutes were murdered.
Oh, well, you're joking now.
Okay, go on, I'm listening.
This is a stupid story.
Okay, excellent.
And actually, side note, I love you very much, Archie and Natasha, and I appreciate you telling me all your stories, because what I don't disbelieve is that they believe what they've experienced.
Oh, 100%.
And I appreciate them allowing me to make light of it in a loving way.
Yeah.
And they know that.
I hope they know that. This is all in jest.
I just want others listening to know that I have a very close relationship with my brother.
You don't need to explain that. It doesn't matter.
No.
Even if they don't think that, you know you do. So that's all that matters.
True.
So fuck you for listening.
Fuck you.
Not Arthur and Natasha, obviously.
No, absolutely not.
Anyway.
7 alleys.
I'm with you.
So it's a place in Hull where 7 alleys meet. Okay, apparently.
Okay.
And I think what used to be classic, built on those alleys, was a mental institution.
Oh,
or a hospital. Yeah, an asylum. Yeah. Which I think is true. He did say repeatedly for all these stories, Google it because it's backed up with Googs.
Okay.
So 7 alleys was an asylum or something built on top of it.
Okay.
And the legend of the 7 alleys is that there's a woman there.
Yeah.
Right. If you go to 7 alleys and you say, white lady, I've stolen your white baby. She comes out wailing for her baby. Because the story is that this woman...
How white we talking?
Yeah, full Hull. If you've been to Hull,
full Hull.
It's very white.
100% Hull.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you said, lady, I'm stealing your black baby, she'd go, I'd forget about it. Don't worry about it. We don't want that kind round these parts anyway. It's Hull, I'm allowed to say it. I don't think that. But many people in Hull do.
Okay.
And that's just fact.
Right.
And all our Hull listeners will be nodding, going, yeah, bloody right, too.
Right.
So the legend is that this woman has had her baby taken away from her or something because she was crazy.
Right.
So she wails and tries to get it off you.
And she says, white lady, give me back my baby.
No. White lady, I've stolen your white baby.
Right. Okay.
But you have to say it 3 times.
Oh, God.
Right. So
for what to happen?
For her to come.
For her to come?
Yeah. White lady everywhere. Make a new baby.
Is that why she's so white?
Yeah.
Okay, no, it's cute, yeah.
So you saw my brain go to filthy things and you moved it along.
I know.
Well done.
You can hear it. People at home can hear it.
My brain.
Yeah, you going. So you have a little.
So anyway, he says it twice, and the girls get very scared. So he doesn't say it for a third time.
This is the whole thing again, isn't it? He's
he doesn't He's edging. He's edging. He's flirting with ghosts and danger.
Yeah.
But it got me thinking of like, what are these ghosts doing whilst they're waiting for someone to say it 3 times. And also, who decided it was 3 times?
I know.
Like, why aren't they like, oh, fuck, if only it was once, I'd be out here, I'd be busy. I'd be out here all the time.
Yeah, and people always make it to 2 and then they give up because they think it's not worked.
Yeah.
And all I want to say is, go on, give it another go.
And they're catching up with their mum in their little ghost kitchen, having a cup of tea. And like, hey, mum, you can only swing by for 5 minutes because someone might say my name 3 times and I've got to go.
Yeah, I've got to
and
dash.
Then she hears it twice. She goes, oh. They're gonna say it's like,
oh, never mind. Go on. What were you saying?
They must constantly was like, I can't go to bed.
But who made the decision? Was it the ghost that said that? Was it the ghost that made that rule, or was it happened once and then she appeared and they're like, oh, it's because I said it 3 times.
Yeah.
You know where did the legends come from?
I don't know. But I think what happens is that they get so sick of people saying it twice and not saying it again. They get so fed up and like, no, I'm gonna catch up on Corrie tonight. And if someone fucking plays around and says my thing twice, I'm not doing it. I'm just gonna watch. I'm gonna sit with my feet and watch Corrie, right? And then when someone does say it 3 times, they don't bother. They forget. And then someone's there going, no, it's not true. The legend's not true.
It's like the boy who cried wolf kind of thing.
Exactly.
Right? The boy who cried white lady, give me back my baby.
Yeah, say it 2 more times and see what happens.
Well, this is the thing. Can you also, what's the rule? I don't know, Alfie. You were very suggestive with that comment. See what happens. You're going to show me your white lady?
Yeah, exactly. I'll show you my white baby, my white.
What?
I don't know.
I was referring you calling your cock the white lady.
Yes, and I was referring it to as the white baby.
and I think we should let our listeners decide which one's worse.
White lady or white baby?
White lady's funny because it's like, it's so just gross.
It is gross.
Come on,
do you want to see the white lady, dear? That nickname is not sticking.
It definitely is.
Right. So anyway, there we have it, the white lady. And then he said, oh, you know the tale of Bubblegum Boy.
You can't make it up. What's going on?
I know. But by this point, I was so like exhausted from the conversation that I had with him.
Bubblegum Boy. I'm just trying to think what that could possibly mean.
I know.
Because ghosts weren't invented when bubblegum was. Was it?
Ghosts don't work like that. Ghosts can you can have modern ghosts. You have hip ghosts.
Is it that you have to pop 3 times and one appears in the bubble?
Yeah.
Is it the theory that all bubblegum is ghosts like
Oh,
skin?
plasma. It could be. It could be plasma.
Could be, couldn't it?
Yeah. You got to say hubba bubba hubba bubba hubba bubba 3 times. Anyway, the Bubblegum Boy, I can't remember where he said the Bubblegum Boy lived, but it's somewhere in Hull, and he choked on bubblegum and died is the tale, and he haunts. So.
And everyone else, anyone who walks past that area just happens to be chewing anything.
Oh, they choke.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
corner of a meal deal sandwich.
Absolutely.
Goes down the wrong way, weirdly.
Yeah.
Right, okay. A Bubblegum Boy.
But anyway, because I'm going to wrap this up because we've got loads of stuff to talk about.
Okay.
But he said, because I was laughing with
Yeah.
him, and I was laughing at him, but also with him.
Yeah.
And he goes, all right, well, how about you and Bridget come with us?
I'd be really keen, actually.
That's what I said.
Yeah, I really would be.
He said, why don't you put your money where your mouth is? Enough of you laughing at me and Natasha about our ghost experiences. Why don't you do something with us then and see how you get on?
He's got a point.
Yeah.
It's all good and well us sitting here and making a joke and a laugh about all this stuff.
Yeah.
But he's right. We could be terrified.
Yeah.
Arthur, I am in. I'm all in. Take me to the scariest spots.
Well,
Because I've never had it. But I'm also a bit concerned. Like, I've never let anything like that in.
no.
And it seems like the more he's doing it, the more.
Well, as you remember, He can't keep up.
He can't keep up. There's always something going on.
No.
I don't know if I want to invite that into my life.
Do we want to dance with the occult though? Not really.
Yeah.
But I feel like we have to if we're gonna carry on talking about him every now and then.
I know, yeah, we do owe him that. Yeah.
So he says, well, I've got something in mind.
Go on.
He said, well, we can take you on a ghost hunting thing.
Okay.
But he also says there's this hotel called My Haunted Hotel.
Oh my God.
And basically, I've not looked at it properly, but I'll pull it up for the boys and girls at home. Here we go. So it's basically a hotel that you can go to.
Your overnight paranormal adventure starts here. All that upcoming dates can be found below. So
essentially what it is, right, is that it's a haunted hotel, so they say, and they film your stay. They film your room. And so it's a bit like Most Haunted here.
Where is this?
It's in Chester.
This is such a great idea.
So you go ghost hunting. They set up all these things in the hotel rooms. They film the experiences and they make a TV episode out of it.
Oh my God, brilliant!
So maybe we book on the same night as Arch and Natasha go.
Are they going to go?
They want to do it, yeah.
We have to get the episode that they're on. Because
maybe we do
them,
a podcast from the room.
Can we ask them to do it for our Halloween special?
Oh shit! Yes, this is all right. I'm gonna email them. I'm gonna book a room, and we're gonna have a Halloween special episode.
Oh, who would sleep in there? I wouldn't sleep.
Well,
I'd be so scared.
Apparently.
I'd be so scared. Oh, this is great. This is really great.
Yeah, it's a great idea. We should do that.
Great idea for a host for people to do. I wonder how many people shit themselves and go, I can't stay here tonight.
Yeah. But also, I think
my Saturday night.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Do you know what I was thinking? What was funny is because you got to pay. It's like, £100 a room or whatever for two people.
They better give you good 100 and what?
£100 for a room or whatever for two people for one
night. So you pay that for a half decent night's sleep.
Well, this is what I mean. Like people, you're booking a hotel.
Yeah.
Right, but you're not going to sleep. You'll be terrified. No one goes to that hotel and goes, "Oh, I'm going to go to bed."
Yeah. Well, yeah. Maybe get a bath.
Yeah. It's 10 o'clock. Go to bed. Have a good old sleep.
And you know what? I'm going to treat myself to the complimentary teas and coffees and biscuits.
The last thing I want is a bloody ghost.
Right? Yeah.
No, you go in expecting to be terrified.
Yeah.
But
I want to use the trouser press. I don't want to be hitting the head with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever they're going to make you do.
That's not chocolate on my pillow.
Amber Heard's been in.
I've heard you knocking on the floorboards.
And they do like the no, and they do they make the towels like, I don't know, like little ghosts
of a devil
or something. Yeah. Maybe like how a ghost sheet. Maybe when you go in the sheet of the bed, it's just like up like a ghost.
On a little tripwire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I thought like this is. It's kind of like a crystal maze experience, isn't it? It's like you can live in a most haunted episode. You can have that sort of thing. But then I'm like, do they must have a team that stages stuff, right? Because you don't.
Oh, that's what it is, right? I thought that's what this is.
Well, they're selling it as like it's a legitimately haunted place, and we can't guarantee anything happens.
No, they're not saying that, are
Yeah,
they?
of course
Isn't
they
it
are.
that like stay in this paranormal room and stuff's going to happen throughout the night, but then we'll leave you to it? I thought that's what it is.
No, I don't think they. I haven't watched an episode yet, but I don't think they like. Well, I think they do. I think realistically, behind the scenes, they're doing shit, but I don't think they're selling it as that. They're not like, oh, by the way, we're gonna make the table move because we got it wired up or whatever.
Oh, I thought that I saw the picture.
What do
There
you
was like crew members setting things up,
Yeah, they're setting the cameras up.
but like on the chairs and things. It looked like they were setting up. Oh, this is so.
No, look, all investigations are filmed, recorded and edited into weekly episodes. 16 cameras placed around the hotel. Everything is caught on camera. Catch up. I mean, what we need to do is we need to watch.
Yeah, we need to watch an
don't
episode
we?
and report back. God, they're about an hour long each. Wow.
Well, there's a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
A lot of shit going on. But anyway, I think it's a great idea. I think
Such a great idea.
I think what we do is we just book a room as legit guests and let them do their filming and stuff, and we say, are we all right to just record a pod episode in our room?
Yeah.
And that could be a Halloween special.
I'm all for it. Let's do it. I was just thinking today, I'm really ready for some like crisper autumn weather.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm really excited for, I love Halloween and I love October so much. I'm really excited for Halloween. I was like, oh yeah, what are we going to do? So this is perfect.
Yeah.
It's also got me thinking about other experiences that people aren't utilizing enough. So, you know, that whole gimmick of that is like, come and stay in this hotel, haunted.
Yeah.
Why couldn't you also, and Crystal Maze and things like that, why couldn't you do things like...
If this is a great idea, I have to edit it out.
What do you mean?
Because we could make millions.
Okay.
Well, keep this
wait. Well, you know what I'm like with my ideas.
Yeah, they knock it out of the bag.
You'll definitely have to edit it out. It's sure to make us lots. Bear with.
Go on.
What if, you know, you want to experience being a surgeon? Right?
Yeah.
And so you go into a fake hospital and you're the like lead surgeon on the ward.
With no experience or knowledge of what you do, but you get someone to talk you through it.
Well, not so much talk you through it, but like, you know, you have like a fake cadaver and stuff on the table.
Yeah.
And then you have to like, it maybe gives you some basic instructions and things to do, but it's like super realistic.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what
Well, it's got to be that's a great idea.
Right.
I think it's a good idea.
Do you think?
Yeah, but I think like you'd need someone to talk you through the surgery.
Yeah, maybe. But then, you know, you're playing the character of the head surgeon. So you don't want to be like, oh yeah, can you tell me what I'm doing?
I know what I'm doing, mate. All right. You're just there just chopping it up.
I'm the head surgeon.
This is my hospital.
I have a reputation.
Listen, you can't be telling me what to do in front of all the ORs.
And also it's a cadaver, so you can just make it up.
Well, you just fuck around with a cadaver. Just stab him.
Well, not a real body, obviously.
What surgery would you pick to do?
Well, you could also vets. Why? You could also be a vet.
Oh, not another circumcision.
You're just a guy who keeps wanting to do circumcisions.
That's the low price you pay. 50 quid you get to do a circumcision.
And then the more you pay, what you get like a triple bypass or something big.
Good stuff.
Yeah. But then there could be like you know, delivering a baby via C-section. And it's really weird. I don't know why I'm picking this as something that people could experience.
People would do it. People would like to do that stuff.
They also, I mean, there's also things that people do now where you can go in a room and just smash things up.
Yeah,
isn't there?
I'd love that.
I'd love that. I would love that.
There's sometimes I wanted to break stuff, but the consequences are in your head, and you're like, oh, I can't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you want to break?
Hearts.
Everyone.
No, but you know, sometimes you're just like, oh, I'd love to just chuck this glass at a wall or whatever.
That is so violent. I'd love to just smash all these plates.
Yeah.
Wow.
But you can't. You've got consequences.
Yeah.
I like that surgeon thing. Like, to make it more realistic, you have to do it at the end of a 20-hour shift. And then if you lose the patient, you have to go into the room with the actors that are playing a family and go, I'm sorry that they didn't make it.
Oh.
We lost them.
And then you have to do all the paperwork, boring bit of it. But, you know, it's got to be done.
Right, you wanted the real experience.
Exactly. So there's jobs that you could do.
Fireman.
Right. Fireman.
Probably a HR nightmare, health and safety nightmare. You worked at a trampoline park and people got injured.
I know.
So God knows what happened at a fireman experience.
I know. And how would you like fake the fire?
Oh no, it'd be real.
Right.
Have to be real.
They do that. They do these things. That's. I mean, I'm catching up with my own mind here, but that's why there's loads of recreation of murder mysteries, and you go and stay in a manor house, and you become these people and be a detective. Or my old drama teacher, he used to go off for like weekends. He'd be like, "Oh, I'm off to my reenactment weekends." We'd be like, what?
Yeah.
And he would go and do army reenactment weekends, and they'd be somewhere in the countryside, and he'd have the full kit.
The gab.
Full kit.
Yeah.
And they'd have tanks and they'd be like, and it's just for all those people to congregate.
Yeah.
And that's why I really want to go to a Renaissance thing, you know, like a Renaissance fair.
Well, Beyonce's new album.
Well, that. But you know where you got like...
Oh, like a, yeah. Like a mythical one.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Yeah, what other experiences could you
could be the
have?
captain of a spaceship and then you go in and you're like, you know, you've got a crew.
But real life experiences.
But real life experiences that we'd all like a go at. I don't know.
Have like farmer experience. People like farming, don't they?
Yeah. This is like what Westworld is, isn't it? It's like be
exactly.
a cowboy.
It exactly is. Yeah.
Go and be a cowboy in the
Yeah.
Wild West and rape and pillage.
Yeah. People would book on it if you
For a
could do that.
price. Yeah, they definitely would.
That's the way the world works.
Yeah. It'd be quite good fun though. Not raping and pillaging, but being in a world that's like made, you know, like that.
Yeah, it would be.
We have talked about this before.
Yeah, we have. We have indeed.
Anyway.
But anyway, thank you, Arch, for sharing. We'll see your challenge and we'll rise up to it.
Absolutely. You name the day.
Well then, Bridge, we had our 30th episode last week.
Yep.
A milestone.
Yeah.
We were overwhelmed with fatigue when we recorded last week.
We were.
But we also reflected on what's been a wild old ride.
Yeah, absolutely. We've it's been we're almost coming up to a full year.
Almost.
And we've had a real, you know, ups and downs. And we've had some really great episodes. Most famously, we had our 24-hour...
the 24-hour pod.
That we did to raise money for Jack and the farm.
Which is also lost and will never be recovered.
Yeah, how has it been lost?
I think it was something like if you stream over 12 hours on YouTube, they don't save it.
But that's our content. That's ours.
Yeah, but no one's... It's not an issue. Don't worry about it. No one's got it. It's not like someone's going to use it.
No, I'm not bothered about someone using it. It's our content, so we own it. So we should have like the rights to it. They shouldn't just delete it.
Nah, I don't think it works like that.
Do you get cut from... Will I get cut from YouTube saying I'm disagreeing with what YouTube does?
No.
Okay, well, sort it out then, yeah.
Anyway, we thought we'd have a look back.
Oh,
over,
yeah.
Like the things that we didn't discuss.
Well, the thing is that leading up to the 24-hour podcast, I made this big document, big thing, and it was like hour by hour things that we could talk about. And it was like, just in case we run out of things and whatever. And
24 hours is a long time.
It's a very long time. And you know what? Credit to both of us that we didn't touch upon a lot of the things that we'd written down.
Went so off-piste.
Which
we didn't prepare at all.
Which we do quite often.
Yeah,
we do go off topic quite a lot. And that's what I think that's what the best stuff can come from sometimes.
Absolutely.
Planned stuff can feel a bit forced. But anyway, I was looking through this list earlier and you could tell that like through the 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. the topics that fell in that bracket, it was thin on the ground.
Yeah.
And one of the things said celebrities that that smell good / bad.
See, this is what you missed, guys, when you didn't tune in for the 24-hour pod.
Well, you didn't miss it.
Yeah, we didn't. We didn't touch upon the classic humdinger.
Yeah.
Which celebs smell good.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Bad.
Humdinger.
Well done.
Because we didn't talk about it. And I just thought, what a thrilling, exciting piece of thing to talk about.
This is the concept.
If celebrities, because, okay, smell. Let's just smell. Let's just think about that for a second.
Yeah.
Do you associate a good smelling person with somebody that you like? And do you associate a bad smelling person with someone that you dislike? Or have you ever liked somebody?
Yeah.
But gone, God, they don't smell great.
Yes, that's such an interesting question.
At this point, all listeners just drop off.
The fourth Sucher was a
this
ghost
is
is going
why-
to pop out. The Sucher's ghost. Sucher ghost.
We are two grandmas. This is why
Exactly.
we are just two big grannies chatting about smells.
Chatting about smellies. It's a good question. It's an interesting point, Bridge.
Okay.
Because it's hard when you play in a hypothetical game like who smells good and bad to pick the ones that you don't like and go, they smell bad. And the ones that you do like, and they smell good. Or the ones that are good looking, they smell good. And the ones that smell are bad looking, they smell bad.
Right.
It's hard to not be, you have to think logically.
You do. You have to think outside the box because you can't pick somebody that you think based on aesthetic smells bad. You have to go off something else.
Now, all celebrities have an advantage of being wealthy,
Yes.
which means that you have access to nice smelly stuff.
Right.
So there's a problem here.
We faced our first hurdle.
Of this ingenious topic.
Yeah.
But I also think that some celebs, I reckon, will just wear the worst perfume or aftershave. I think there'll be some shit smellers. Like, not necessarily like, oh, they smell like shit. More like, oh, fuck it, that's strong.
Oh, that one doesn't agree with me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get right into it.
So we're going to slap them down on the table, are we?
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
Yeah. So we'll start with who smells bad.
Okay, over to you.
A Mr. Matthew Perry.
Ah. Yeah, you fucking nailed that.
Yeah, because I love Matthew Perry. Because what I thought when I tackled this, I was like, right, think of someone that you like. Try and actively think about someone that you do like, but think won't smell good.
Yes.
And Matthew Perry just was the first name that came into my head because I imagine him being, and I don't know if it has anything to do with him being an addict or, an alcoholic, but I'm imagining like thick in his early Friends days. I'm just imagining like a pungent kind of smoke.
I think he's got
cigarette BO smell.
I think he's right. I think you're right.
And I think he probably has a great aftershave.
Yeah,
but yeah,
it seeps through.
It seeps through.
It can only hold up the fort
Yeah.
for so long until that sweet Matthew Perry stank is coming out.
Yeah. So this one's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
But you think it's going to be bad. But I have a distinct good smell in my head when I think about this person. Miriam Margolyes.
Oh, yeah. She's a popular friend of the pod. Because I said I'd like to eat off of her.
Yeah, you'd like to eat off her. And I think she'll smell like patchouli oil.
Lovely, yeah.
And like, I don't know, like but then, I don't know, she gives off every vibe that she's going to be a stinky lady.
Yeah.
She gives off everything that she doesn't want to shower. But I do think she probably smells like fresh, nice, rich bars of soap.
Yeah.
And oils and lavenders.
Yeah. No, I agree.
So yeah, Miriam Margolyes smells good and Matthew Perry smells bad.
I think for bad, I would say, I think, what's her name? She's called is it Christine Blakely? Frank Lampard's wife. What's she called?
Yeah.
I think she smells bad.
I think she probably does too.
Is she called Christine Blakely?
Yeah.
Is that her?
Yeah. Why? What kind of smell?
I think she smells really like sour's not the right word, but sweet, like too much sickly sweet.
Right.
And I like her.
Yeah.
I think she's a good-looking woman.
Yeah.
And she's a great presenter.
She's great.
She's all-round talent. But I think she probably just. I think you have a headache when you've been sat next to her for 5 minutes.
We're basing this on absolutely nothing, by the way.
No facts here.
But Christine, just if you are listening, just
you stink.
Tune it down.
Yeah.
Just a little dab here and there, and leave it.
You don't need to fucking bathe in this stuff.
No.
So that's my bad.
That's a good one. Yeah, it's a great one.
Yeah. And now, for smelling good, I did similar for you. Like I had to think of someone that like probably don't like, but I think they probably do.
Yeah.
Smell.
Yep.
Smell good. So I thought that even though I don't like him, I think James Corden probably smells good because he's a large man. I think he's self-conscious about the fact that he probably sweats a lot, and he's got a lot of money. And I think he's also one of those comedians or personalities that likes to joke about other men smelling really great. And I think that's because he wants people to say that he smells really great. Yeah. Like everything he says is like, oh yeah, I hugged Beckham. He smells amazing. He smells amazing. And like thinking that that's really funny.
Yeah.
And what he really wants is the person he's telling the story to go, you smell good too.
Right, yeah.
I thought that when I hugged you.
I really like the method behind that. I think you're probably spot on. I think he probably smells very clean, and he's got a good aftershave on. Pains me to say it. It really does. It really does.
I know, me too.
But that's the game. Celebs smell. We need a good name for this segment. I'll think of one.
Yeah. And listeners, let us know who you think smells bad and who smells good.
And if you think, I think what it should be is who do we think people think smells good and bad out of the two of us?
Oh, both smell great. I can tell you right now.
Do you think?
Yeah, you smell great.
I don't really have a good sense of my own smell.
No, you smell lovely.
Yeah, you smell good too.
Thanks. Yeah.
Well,
I used to. I remember as a kid because I grew up quicker than most boys, developed from a young age. That I got body hair pretty quick.
Age 2, full at chest full.
Out the womb, I was hairy.
It's silverback.
And so I started to sweat before other boys. But you don't actually smell as a boy until you get hair, because that's when it goes a bit stale and stuff. And I think your hormones make you sweat a bit more pungent.
Were you self-conscious about your smell?
Yeah, because I remember a couple of girls saying it to me.
Saying that you didn't smell good?
Yeah, being nasty about me. But this was in year, 6 or 7, where you kind of still at that age where you're like, what am I meant to do with you?
Right.
What's deodorant sort of thing? And then you discover Lynx Africa.
Yeah.
And it saves your life. I always think that, I always wonder, do Africans visit England and go, oh, it smells like home?
What?
Do Africans visit England and go to a secondary school and go, smells like home?
Yeah, who named it Lynx Africa?
I know.
Why did they call it that?
Yeah, because Africa smells like sweaty teenage boys, apparently.
It's awful.
Yeah.
But the smell of lynx is just
Oh, it's the worst.
Oh, it's not great.
No.
And boys used to just
Ah,
lather themselves in it. I'm very sensitive to aerosols. I get very sneezy.
Yeah, no, that gives you a headache.
I hate that. I hate people spraying deodorant. I
But
hate it.
every now and then, Bridge, this is how I know when someone's life is not together. Every now and then you'll meet a guy who's over the age. I think the cut-off point of Lynx Africa, and I'm being kind,
Okay.
is 25.
Okay.
That's been very kind.
Okay.
Because if I meet someone because every now and then you'll meet a guy that's older and they'll smell of Lynx Africa, and you go, how old are you? And they go, I'm 24. I go, okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
I'll let you off.
Yeah.
But sometimes
Young boy, you have time.
I'll let you discover the proper smells soon. But I recently met someone that was over the age of 30 that stunk of Lynx Africa.
Yeah.
And I just think your life is.
Yeah, but you can't judge people. They might not hurt. It's on the cheaper side of goods. It's not as expensive compared to other.
It's not the cheapest. You can get Sure for men.
Yeah.
That's cheaper.
Yeah. I remember the adverts for Lynx were always such a thirst trap for boys and boys wanted to be those guys and girls wanted to be near those guys.
But they did a female version. It didn't last long, did it? Because girls realised, this stinks like shit.
Yeah.
What was the girl equivalent to Lynx?
It's the not Cherry. Oh, what is it called? Charlie. Those little tiny little body spray things.
Oh, like
body
the stubby ones.
Yeah, Charlie's. All girls will know exactly the smell. I can smell it now. Yeah, if you've got Charlie on, you're in 2008.
Yeah.
And you got little headbands in your hair.
Nice.
Yeah. And you're not kissing anyone.
Do they stink?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when those two smells meet of Africa and Charlie, it's just not nice. That's puberty right there in a smell.
Puberty in a can.
Yeah. Oh, the puberty. It's just mixed links, Africa and Charlie.
Yeah.
Oh, good times.
Yeah.
So,
Right. Well, there we go.
No, you wanted to talk about Softbois, didn't you?
Oh, no, maybe we can save it.
Don't we want to talk about wild camping?
If it has been, why don't we save it? We should save stuff that we don't talk about. Next week we'll come in hot with wild camping.
I feel like there was too much ghost talk. I think we can do one more topic.
Okay. What time is it? It's 8:20, Alf.
Yeah, it's fine. Do 10 more minutes.
We need something. Okay.
Have we got any little nuggets?
We could do Softbois for 10.
Yeah, do Softbois.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I came across a article the other day that was really interesting to me because I haven't really heard of this phrase, or I have heard of it and I've not really understood what it meant. And I just really wanted to run it by you to see what your understanding of it is. So when I say this word, what comes to your mind? Softboi. Be careful here.
Yeah, I know. I'm treading on light water. Thin water. Softboi. Now, like, I have some idea of what it is.
Okay.
But I may be mistaken. You may be on about a flaccid young gentleman.
No.
Then I have no idea. What you're talking about.
Great start.
No.
Well, I have a definition
Go
of a
on.
softboi.
Yeah.
A softboi is a man who portrays himself as not like other men. He is more alternative in how he presents himself, in his opinions, his emotional intelligence, his tastes. The softboi is not inherently a bad person, but equally some softbois are just the absolute worst. This is largely because of the way they view and treat their sexual or romantic partners. So not all softbois are created equal. Keep scrolling to learn more.
Oh,
So,
God,
The first one that we've got, and I read this one and I thought, this is Alfie.
Oh, great. I don't want to be a softboy.
Yeah, but some of them are good.
No, I don't want it.
Well, see if you disagree with this statement. A wholesome softboy is what everybody should aspire to be. The gold standard.
I am it then.
The gold standard of softboys. They are humble, they are honest, they are pure, and they have good intentions. Obviously,
check.
obviously, it's not possible for everyone to be perfect all the time. The wholesome softboy knows this, but also they do not produce any red flags. Maybe a couple of yellow or light orange flags at best.
Ooh.
If you find a true, authentic, wholesome softboy while on your travels through the dating wasteland, you should hold on to them tightly and never let them go.
I need an example.
So I would say like Ryan Gosling is a wholesome, from what he gives off, he's a wholesome softboy because he's not macho, but he's like artsy. This is what people think he is. He might not be. Maybe to an extent at the time, I would say Harry Styles is probably a wholesome softboy. You know, alternative
Right, yeah.
and but you know, that's why girls love those guys because they're like emotionally intelligent, but also, you know,
Edgy.
Yeah, edgy, but morals in the right place.
I feel like they
Soft
love
boys-
themselves though.
They're not hard though. That's the other thing. You've got to think they're not alpha. That's what makes them a soft boy.
Did you hear my leg story at the start of the
Well, that's why
Great talking to a soft boy.
I know. Well, maybe I'm not talking to a soft boy, but I do think you have wholesome soft boy qualities for sure.
Wholesome soft boy.
Can I get you a T-shirt that says that?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. Would you wear it with pride, or would you be a little bit embarrassed?
I'd wear it at Pride. And I'd fucking sweep up in it. Probably.
Would you just have the word Softboi with an arrow pointing down?
Yeah. And then wholesome on the back. Oh, dear. Do you really think I'm a wholesome soft boy?
I think so. Yeah, I think you're more sensitive and like.
What do you mean? No, I'm not.
I think you're more like you're not a hard nut, but you talk about things in you've got a femininity that is a part of your masculinity, which I think narrows you down as a wholesome soft boy. And you think about people's feelings very often. You know, you're not self-centered, and you're also very God, your head's just going to get it's too big for this.
Carry on. Carry on.
I would say like...
I'm going to have this as my ringtone.
Just playing over and over again. I think you are quite good at admitting when you're wrong.
No.
Sometimes.
Definitely not.
You come round to it.
Yeah.
You're aware of behaviours. It's more of your awareness, I think, I'd say.
Yeah.
And your sensibilities.
Yeah. See, I for some reason I associated soft boys with. Thank you, by the way, for saying all this kind of thing. I really appreciate it. I associated soft boys to a bit like the whole incel thing,
right?
Because I swear I read an article. I think it was like a Guardian article about soft boys and how like you should be aware and avoid them at all costs.
Well, this is why there's 4 different types.
Oh, sorry, I've jumped the.
You've jumped the gun. You've 100. Yeah. Because I think that there are multiple types. The latter 3 are the worst, but for sure.
Okay, talk me through them.
The self-awareness as a weapon, soft boy.
Oh, maybe this is the one I read about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is a kind of soft boy trend that's been growing slowly, steadily, and very concerningly over the last few years. The self-aware soft boy who represents brutal honesty. Self-awareness is generally a good thing, but it all starts to go horribly wrong when people, soft boys, start thinking that self-awareness on its own is enough to absolve them of all their evils.
Right.
Most people can see very clearly that the man in the screenshot, this is the thing before, is arrogant, ability to communicate with whatever. So it's basically like when they admit to something that they've done wrong as like but I'm aware that I've done that.
Oh dear.
So
they're gaslighters.
Gaslighters.
Then. Yeah.
Essentially. Yeah. And I don't know what the quote would be, but it's like, you're good for me. I'm just being honest. I just think what we had, like, I'm imagining a guy who goes like, we had such a great connection. The sex was just incredible. You're a beautiful woman, but like, you know, like I do think that I'm made for better things, and I think you know that too.
Yeah.
You know, we'll say things that are kind of like emotionally manipulative.
Yeah, like we were just growing at different paces, you know, and it's not that yours is the wrong way to grow, but I was just growing a bit quicker, and you know, I needed to spread my wings and fly.
Yeah, and you're kind of like, you know, holding me back, and that's fine, but you are, and I need to, you know.
I cheated on you because I loved you so much.
Yeah, exactly.
And I you know, I realised that my feelings were, you know, too strong for you, which is why I had to suck that girl's tits.
Yeah. It's like openly admitting things, but in a way that's still not addressing what the real issue is.
Yeah.
They're worrying.
I found cheating on you was a real learning curve for my personal development.
Yeah,
like, what are you talking about?
Yeah. So we hate them.
Yeah, that's probably me, that one.
No. Okay, the gatekeeping soft boy. What do you think that means?
Oh, I don't know. The gatekeeping. So a gatekeeper is the one that gets you. I think it's like a front.
Okay.
So they're masking their actual personality.
Yeah. So this says another classic and very common soft boyism is to gatekeep culture.
Oh, interesting.
Musician, a song, or a film based on that soft boy's own apparent understanding of emotional / connection to it.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
So this one's really interesting. I thought
I've dated a soft girl like that.
What that's used a musician or a film as like a
use many.
Go on.
I think it's pretty common in girls as well. I'd be interested to see what the female version of a Softboi is.
Yeah. Maybe we'll make up our own next week.
Yeah. Maybe like floppy lady or floppy lass.
Floppy gal. Yeah.
But like I've dated a few girls in which they not express themselves, but like associate their behaviors and personalities to pop culture things. So like a book.
Right.
The Bell Jar by Sylvia Plath is a very common one.
Right.
Many girls I've been with have said that they like
this defined me.
Yeah, this right. Like basically it's me in a book. And it's like, the Bell Jar, I don't know if you've read it, is like it's like a I read it because I was with someone that wouldn't shut the fuck up about it.
Okay.
Is about a young woman protagonist. It's a great book.
Okay.
I'm not slating the book at all, or Sylvia Plath, because the poetry is very good too. Maybe I'm a soft boy. But basically, it's a very depressing book about a girl who's struggling with mental health issues and eventually kills herself.
Right.
But like that, it has that Catcher in the Rye feel to it of like, oh, it's just this like wandering nomad loner kind of person who doesn't quite know who they are yet and just can't associate with any of the mainstream groups.
Yeah.
But also with like Joy Division, the Smiths, and all stuff like that.
Right.
They associate with that and like this. Like I'm the only one who really gets this band because it just they wrote those songs. It's like they wrote about my life.
Yeah. Yeah.
God, I need to put that rant on Twitter.
Well, you do. Well, maybe I actually have a bit of that then.
No.
Maybe with Beyonce.
Oh.
No,
that's different. No, I think there's difference to loving,
devotion.
Like genuinely, devotion and love and
flagging
affection towards it.
Right.
Because you don't walk around the house going, Beyonce wrote this album for me.
Right.
This is about me.
I do kind of hope that's true. Though.
Yeah.
And I do kind of know telepathically that that's what's happened.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Maybe you are a floppy lass then.
I think I kind of am.
Yeah.
Well, this is what the next thing said. It says the Radiohead, more like Brohead boy.
Oh, yeah.
A soft boy who assumes that his cultural tastes, which are incidentally usually quite mainstream, are too unique for anyone else, particularly women, to know of, appreciate, or understand.
That's exactly what
you had with the Bell Jar girl.
Yeah, that's it.
If you want to take a fun, interactive approach to dealing with these boys, you could try pretending that you genuinely never heard of any of the bands they bring up in conversation.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Benefits of this method include, it is quite funny to do. Drawbacks include, the reason it is funny is because of how readily the soft boy will believe that you have never heard of, say, The Killers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't heard of Radiohead.
Yeah, exactly.
Their fucking little soft boy dicks would explode. Would be like, what?
Yeah,
Yeah, they'd like be a robot soft boy. They'd go, and their head would blow up. That you'd never heard of Radiohead.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm actually a bit concerned that the wholesome soft boy is a kind of piss take. Do you think it's like that's what they see themselves as?
Yeah, this is what the article that I remember was that soft boys are not good people because they're mostly all aware.
Right.
They're either very unlikable because they have that like.
Actually, when we look back on it, when it says a wholesome soft boy is what everyone should aspire to be, the gold standard of soft boys. Do you think that's
means
do you think it means that's what they think
That's the worst one. Or like every soft boy wants to be that.
They think they're that. The front picture of this is Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah,
Shamalama Ding Dong, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so funny, that culture thing. That one made me laugh so much because I was like, oh yeah, I've people do really attribute music to who they are or a thing about who they are.
Yeah.
And it's almost like they take credit for the talent of that thing.
Exactly. It's a very good point.
It's like they're so envious of how brilliant that they found it. Yeah. And that's a great thing. That's why art is so brilliant, that you can connect with it so strongly. But then to assume that, like, you know, Yeah.
It only resonates with you.
Yeah.
And only you will really appreciate it.
Yeah. So someone said to a Softboi, like, oh, I love Radiohead. They'd be like, do you? Do you, though?
Yeah. You like Radiohead.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. It's like, oh, shut the fuck up.
And in their heads, they're going like, yeah, they like
Yeah,
Radiohead. I love you, Radiohead. I always will. What is it with guys and Radiohead?
Well, they are a great band.
I know, but what is it about
them?
them in particular that this does catch?
I think Radiohead, because Radiohead are one of my favourites.
Right.
Softboi over it. No, but I think why Radiohead's so perfect is because, like that says, it's like they're actually very, very popular. Like it's not like they're an indie band that not many people know of. Like Radiohead have sold millions of records. They've had #1 albums. They sell out arenas easily. Like they're a very mainstream band.
Right.
But because of the genre of music that they write, which is genius and incredible, there's that attribution. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's that association with them being like indie and interesting and unique and not poppy. Alternative.
Right.
Yeah.
And mainstream. Yeah.
So
but
it's
it is
ironic
mainstream.
because they are mainstream. They're a huge band, you know. So like the fact that like someone is saying that Softboi is like, you don't get them.
Yeah.
You know, you don't get them. It's
You
like,
don't get it.
So out of the millions of fans they have around the world, are the only one that get and associate with this music.
Yeah.
It's funny, like with the whole Stranger Things with Kate Bush is really funny because I've seen a lot of people come out that are our age. So remember, you know, not Kate Bush era.
No.
That have come out and gone, I've loved Kate Bush for years.
Yeah.
I've loved her for years.
Yeah, and I'm so angry now that other people like her too.
Yeah.
What's that about?
It's not fair that they now like her later when I've been listening to her for ages.
But Kate Bush is a really good example, I think, because Kate Bush is another one of those that if it was played pre-Stranger Things and like girls, I mean, yeah, it's a great, Wuthering Heights is a great track, but like the girls that are like, I love Kate Bush.
Yeah.
You're like,
you've got a greatest hits album.
You like, oh well, that, but it says more about you might really love her and that's great, but it's more that you want people to think of you in a certain way because you like Kate Bush.
Yeah.
It's not about controlling.
Yeah.
Like that. It's going, okay, I'm going to control how you think about me, and that's more about what you think of that artist.
Because now everyone loves Kate Bush. So if you go, I love Kate Bush, everyone goes, well, yeah, of course you do, because she has that great song on Stranger Things. I love Kate Bush.
Yeah.
But they're like, no.
Yeah.
I loved her before.
Yeah.
Because when I used to say I love Kate Bush, people would go, oh, that's interesting.
Right. And now it's ruined.
Yeah.
But that must be quite frustrating, though, for people who are like genuine fans and do really appreciate the artist's work and then see it oversaturated.
Doesn't matter, though, does it? Because if you're a genuine fan, you should just appreciate the art. It doesn't matter if people like it.
We get quite protective over art, though, don't we?
Yeah, because people think it defines who they are.
And we think it says something about us, uniquely about us individually. And it doesn't. It says something about all of us.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
What you need to do is you need to pick the nichest thing, like, I don't know, a comedy podcast called I Could Be Your Grandma. to be your thing that defines you culturally and as a person. Yeah, it'd
be really obscure and really random and just, shout about it. Maybe tell all your friends as well.
Next time someone asks you, like, what do you love the most? Like, when someone goes, I love podcasts, you go, do you?
Do you, though?
Do you? Have you ever heard of I Could Be Your Grandma?
Yeah.
And they go, oh my God, who is this person that's so quirky? I've never heard of this pod before.
I know, and no one has.
No. And I tell you what, those soft boys are becoming hard boys when you tell them that.
Exactly. Well, Kate Bush was very famous in the 80s, but has blown up, however many years it is, 40 years, 35 years later.
Yeah.
35 years time, Alf, we could be hitting those metaverse podcast charts.
They'll be playing the mansplaining clip on some TV show about the 2010s.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird that Stranger Things is popular because it's an 80s show? It's 35 years ago. there might be a show in 2050 that's like set in the 20s.
I just don't think there's anything
it's not interesting.
Aesthetically interesting about this era anymore because we're just repeating the past. We're doing it in fashion. Yeah. We're doing it with film. We're doing it with music. We're trying to bring everything back because it reminded us of like, oh, that was when it was quite exciting and new.
Yeah.
All stuff at the minute, I don't...
What do you think the 20s, what do you think defines our generation?
Aesthetically?
Yeah.
It'll be plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When everyone...
Fillers.
Yeah. When everyone got fucked.
Yeah. When half of us started to physically change...
Yes.
Our bodies... And then the other half started to, I don't know, fake meditate and like preach about like, you know, trauma and trauma's such a buzzword at the minute. There's so many buzzwords, but not that I don't think it's a great thing that people, you know, realize these things about themselves. But I think we're going through an era of like depression. Like people are just like so constantly going, this is how you wake up and this is how you get through the day. Like it's mad. It's mad that the most trending kind of stuff at the minute on all content is like, here's how to try and live your life perfectly.
Yeah.
And like, here's how you feel good. And it's about journaling and like self-acceptance and loving yourself. And it's like, that's great. But like, you know, where's all the, I don't know.
Why just crack on with it and shut the fuck up?
Yeah, just do it.
Yeah,
don't tell us about it. Show me something more interesting to look at than a smoothie and you like putting sage everywhere.
I was going to ask you, like, do you think that's another Softboi thing with girls and boys too? Of like, has trauma become something that I guess it does define you? But like you use that personal development as something to make other people think, oh, they're very
right.
Oh, she does yoga.
Oh, she has trauma.
Oh, she meditates. Oh, yeah.
And people are very vocal about that trauma now with everybody. But like, and I'm not saying like
I do think it's a good thing.
No. I'm saying that there is legit trauma.
Yeah.
This is what I think is the issue: is that there is legit trauma. We're talking
a man
like
touching your leg on the tram.
Yeah. Well, I actually read something about this, about like big trauma with a big T and trauma with a little T.
Yes, very interesting.
Obviously, everybody's whatever that trauma is feels significant to you. But like, just be aware that you could be in a space with somebody who was like violently abused compared to you being belittled at one point. And then, you know, some people could be, you know, like verbally.
You thought about doing becoming a counsellor? You're patient. Yeah, but you know, someone was raped. I spoke to a rape victim this morning. What have you done? Get over it.
So true. I sound so heartless. I'm just but it's just oversaturated, that kind of like I'm just complaining for complaining's sake.
No, just say it. Hey, this is the forum for it.
I just don't think it is. I just feel like after like an hour and 20 of us recording is never a good place for me to start ranting about people's traumas.
This
I'm
is
gonna
where
say
it
something.
gets good.
Because like
this is our Twitter. this
get
is
it
the
off
Twitter
your chest.
period.
Because you know what it is?
Go on.
Because
There
I'm
she
feeling
goes.
it in myself and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of hearing myself go, oh, but it's because this happened and this happened.
Yeah.
Live in the today.
Yeah.
I think a little bit of acknowledgement, it goes a long way in recognizing who you are and how you deal with certain things, for sure.
Yeah.
Do I think you need to plaster all over the internet every minutia of like how you were raised and how you were thing?
Yeah.
No. Deal with it, crack on, and go and speak to a professional. Don't go to TikTok.
Yeah, yes, I could not
because
agree
then
more.
TikTok then just makes you, I don't know.
Well, again, it's a feedback loop. You're looking for someone to go, good job on Twitter. You're looking for a stranger or people that are mildly associated with your life online to go, yeah, you're working through the good stuff. And then when you post it again and you don't get the same reaction because you've already posted it and it's old news, You're like, why aren't people caring about my progress or what I think is progress? And then you're doing it for the wrong reasons. You should be doing it for yourself.
Yeah.
Not for what other people think about you.
Right.
Not for what people react to you because of it. You should be doing it for yourself.
And I just have this overwhelming sense that it's not sincere yet, that it's being done for that reason.
Yeah.
And I read an article once, and I'm really guilty for this, about if you have an idea of doing something, don't tell people about it.
Yeah, it's a great one.
Like, it's such good advice. Yeah. If you think you want to do, and I am so guilty for it.
Oh yeah, me too.
If I meet up with friends or whatever, there is this feeling of, oh, I'm going to do this thing and I should tell them about it because then they think I'm not a waste of space and I'm doing something with my life.
Yeah.
But like, keep that to yourself because those things might not come to fruition. And also you're doing it. It isn't so much about not sharing that news. It's about keeping it to yourself so that you're doing it for you. And you're not doing it so that other people have an opinion about it.
Exactly. And what happens is that when you tell people, you get that instant gratification of people going, oh, good for you.
Right.
Oh, wow, that's exciting. Great. Yeah, go for it. You've had the pleasure of saying, I'm thinking about doing this. Or like, I'm going to do this.
Without actually doing it.
Without doing it. And then when it comes to doing it, you go, it's a bit hard. It takes effort to do that. I've had that gratification. I'm not going to do it anymore.
I know.
Whereas if you're just doing it for yourself and not for the gratification and you keep it to yourself, then you'll eventually get that, but you'll have actually done it. You'll have actually achieved it.
It's such good advice. I'm really guilty for it because
me too.
I'll recognize that I'm like, oh, I haven't picked up a hobby in ages and I should probably, just say one out loud so that people think I'm busy. Well, let me tell you, I'm not a busy girl.
Yeah.
Because what else am I going to tell them? Oh yeah, I sat on my ass and watched Netflix for you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and that same thing of telling people all your stuff is exactly what I think is happening on social media.
Yes.
Like these political ideas. This is who I identify as, and I want people to see me as somebody who, isn't racist and isn't this and isn't this. But it doesn't really. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
With people like I don't really care as long as you genuinely aren't racist.
Yeah,
posting about you being an ally, does it mean you're an ally? No, it means it means you managed to get your finger on a post and repost about it. It doesn't mean it means
but are you in your privileged platform spreading it to people that might not necessarily associate with that and need to educate themselves? That's me being with the positive spin on it. But I also agree that people do abuse that and they do it because they just want people to think they're a good person.
But I also think, and this is what the left are really guilty of, is that guilty on both sides, but it is that glorifying that thing. And mostly you have a lot of people on your social media who you follow that share the same opinions. So you're doing it to keep up face. It's why, us two included in this posted the black grid on as a sign of, blackout day in the summer of 2020.
Is that what you hate? Black people?
No, but I can look at that and be like, I'm definitely not doing enough.
No, of course not. But I think social media is more it's more the Tom Holland this week. There's been 4 or 5 celebrities that have said this week publicly that they're coming off social media because it's bad for their mental health. And I think that's great because I think people do just present such false versions of their reality. And also I think, and one of the I think I only read one brief article about the Tom Holland month thing, so I don't know the ins and outs of it. But one of the reasons he said was that he felt as though he was projecting a fake version of his life too. And that's a famous celebrity that probably has a very great life that people are trying to aspire to on social media.
Yeah.
So imagine, we don't have to imagine, we all know there's people that present their lives as if they've got everything that you could possibly wish for, but when you see them in person, they're struggling.
Right.
It's you just got to live in the present. You got to be here now. You got to, I mean, I'm guilty of it too.
Yeah, we all are. This is the churn. This is the machine it knows exactly how we operate and what we're addicted to. And it's just horrible having that Instagram lens living alongside that lens in your reality. Because this is definitely an indication I need to just delete it for a couple of weeks. Because it's just,
forever.
Yeah, let's get rid. It's all bad stuff. But my overall point, and I'm not shitting on people who talk openly about terrible experiences that they've gone through in their lives. I just want to point that out.
Yeah.
I just think that it's like jumping on the bandwagon can often have the opposite effect. And if we're all aiming for like...
Yeah, it can be more damaging to them.
Yeah, and if we're all aiming for like bettering ourselves and self-care, I don't think going on the internet is the first place you solve all of that. No. I think it's the last place.
No.
It's getting to the point now with like, if I don't see people post, I'm like, oh, they must be doing all right.
Do you know what's funny? I have the same thing.
I'm like, oh, they're probably doing all right then.
Yeah.
It used to be, oh, they don't post. Oh, they've got nothing to post.
Absolutely, I 100% agree.
And now it's like, oh, they're probably like,
oh, they're fine.
They're
just
fine,
enjoying
and
life.
they don't care.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. That's a really interesting point, actually. It's a good point, Bridge. Well, join us next week where I'll be talking about my therapy and projecting it all over the internet. And Bridget will offer some good advice on how to kill yourself the most effective way.
I just think go out, be kind, have fun, be you, do you, be honest, and we'll see you next week.
And listen to Radiohead.
And call your grandparents.